What up, Chuds? Cobson here, back at it again with another brand new YouTube video. Today, we're going to talk about a very fascinating group of people, Harris Republicans. Though there are far less of them than the left might want you to believe, they still exist in a somewhat sizable quantity. So the question is, what exactly are they doing? When I listen to them, they don't sound like the Republicans. They aren't campaigning like Republicans. And I just want to ask the viewer, what values of the GOP does the GOP base have that would make them not only refuse to vote for Trump, but outright vote for Kamala Harris, the single most progressive Democratic nominee since George McGovern back in 1972? As I pointed out in my last video, the pattern between all the Harris Republicans is not a real dedication to the base or serving their constituents, but instead a desire to preserve corporatocracy and the military-industrial complex. All these people, though they might personally be in favor of things like closing the border, are voting for an open borders president. So it immediately destroys any and all credibility they will ever have with the right when they endorse someone so flagrantly left-wing. I keep seeing articles about quote-unquote saving the GOP, like it has been held captive by Donald Trump, forgetting that this is the desires of an independent-minded base of right-of-center voters who have ultimately chosen Trump as their nominee 3 times in a row. But let's assume that the unthinkable happens, and Harris wins this election. Given that the only way a Harris win happens is if it's by a squeaker, those Republicans who chose her over Trump are direct accomplices of any and all atrocities committed by a potential Harris regime. Why should the rest of the GOP even want to bring back into the fold a group of people so emotionally laden that they voted for an affirmative action government just because they personally didn't like Donald Trump? Under a President Harris, we would have open borders, amnesty for illegal aliens, gun control so aggressive it makes Biden look like a libertarian, transgenderism taught to younger and younger children, affirmative action so pervasive that it makes it impossible for a white man to get a good career, Ralph Northam-style post-birth abortion, outsourcing of all of America's vital industries, and violent crime worse than that of the height of the 1990s. America wouldn't even be a place we're living in anymore. The concept of sovereignty would be thrown out the window, all of our tax money would go to some obese welfare queens, illegal aliens, the state of Israel, and the pockets of the wealthy lobbyists and the business owners who bought up Kamala like some Amsterdam whore. So, Liz Cheney, Adam Kinzinger, Rick Wilson, Denver Riggleman, and the whole lot of you, is this worth it? Is it worth destroying the very fabric of these once united states just so you can satiate your grievances at the Orange Man? And imagine an RNC controlled by these leeches, one that launches tens of millions of dollars in primary challenges against all of our best elected officials because they actually want to stand for their constituents and not for globalism. Imagine Matt Gaetz, Josh Hawley, Andy Biggs, and Scott Perry losing their primaries to clones of Adam Kinzinger, each funded to the tune of $50 million because the RNC decided that their pesky desire to, serve their own people contradicted the globalists' desire to subjugate them. This is the dystopian future that would be brought upon us if the rhinos win. Dick Cheney isn't a conservative in any sense except for the desire to conserve the profits of arms dealers and war profiteers such as himself. Adam Kinzinger isn't a conservative in any sense except for the desire to conserve his very lucrative grift, collecting money from unlovable childless cat ladies who are in their 50s. And this is what truly is insidious about these so-called Republicans for Harris. If you're just ignorant and didn't know anything about Harris and just didn't like Trump, then you should have changed your mind by this point in this video. But if you're a grifter like Liz Cheney, someone who hates Trump so much you would destroy your country, then you are the problem. It isn't just about petty disagreement. I can vote for someone I don't agree with on a lot of issues. I can vote for a pro-life candidate even though I'm personally pro-choice. I can vote for someone who wants to institute a carbon tax even though I oppose that. I can vote for someone who maybe wants to strengthen background checks on guns, fine. And I can even vote for someone who disagrees with me on issues like weed. But I can't vote for someone who is diametrically opposed to all that I hold as good. I can't vote for someone who will destroy my country like Kamala Harris. And so, what happens when these rhinos win? Are they going to stay with the DNC if they don't recapture the GOP? I mean, they would have gotten rid of Trump. I doubt Trump's running in 28 if he loses, and he shouldn't, by the way. But it's fascinating, truthfully, why they are like this. Because it's such a profitable grift, very pervasive grift. And on some level, you have to respect it. Like, these people, they've sold their souls. And you can do a lot when you sell your soul. You can rake in so much money, it is insane. Like Adam Kinzinger does. But anyway. Man, this was quite an emotional video to make because I got real upset just thinking about it, going over what a Harris presidency would look like. And then thinking just how many stupid, ignorant people out there would actually vote for that and still consider themselves of the right. And yeah, this is, how it is. If you've watched this far, thank you very much, and I hope that you can leave a like, comment, subscribe, and maybe even share this video. Thanks again for watching, and Cobson out.